So you're a successful business owner and you want to leverage some of that success to create some impact. You want to give back, contribute, reinvest into society. Awesome. And yet there's a lot of hangups around this, right? It seems like so often there's these feelings of, I don't know if I should really talk about that because it feels like you're bragging a little or just sort of flaunting your wealth through this give back, or maybe it's kind of that humble brag going on and it feels uncomfortable. And so I want to reframe that for you and really help you come to a place where you can start to message your give back with confidence. It is totally common for entrepreneurs and small businesses to give back to causes, initiatives, nonprofits, and never tell anyone about it. Or if they do, maybe it's hidden somewhere deep within their contract after somebody's already decided to work with them. Or it's just one of those things that gets a vague mention every now and then. I want to say the more that you're able to message it, the more you're going to be able to, A, attract more people who believe in the values that you believe in, and B, therefore, increase your income so you can continue to increase your impact. This really is one of those cycles that just keeps building and growing in a very sort of virtuous circle, and there's really no end to it. The only downside of messaging your giving back is if you think it's a downside and you think that it's coming from a place of bragging. If that's where it's coming from, totally. That stuff needs to be re-examined, right? But that's not you. In fact, you're probably cautious about doing it because you don't want to feel that way. So long as you've identified the values that your business has, so long as you've identified the way that you want to give back, and so long as you've identified a cause that really checks all the boxes when it comes to your non-negotiables for giving back, you found a cause that is perfectly aligned with your North Star, with your message. And the more that you talk about that, and the more that you integrate that into pieces of your messaging, the more it actually strengthens your overall messaging. So, here are the questions I want you to consider today. How does it make you feel when other people talk about giving back in their business? Just take a second to think about your gut reaction. If negative thoughts are coming up, that's totally okay. So take some time to explore why. And I want to ask you too, what are the reservations, if any, that you experience about sharing your give back or the cause of choice publicly through your business? Take some time to explore that too. And I want you to think about ways that you can overcome or reframe these reservations. So, one of the main ways that I think we can do this is twofold. Identify the benefits and identify the emotions. If you were to give back through your business the way that you wanted to, what would the benefit be? What would the outcome be? Sit with that. Sit with the benefit, the outcome, the change that you're able to create through your actions, through your business. And secondly, what emotion does it create within you and within your audience? How does it make you feel? How does it make them feel? Sit with the benefits and those positive emotions. Ground yourself in that. When I first started my career out of school, I was a nonprofit grant writer. And it made me so uncomfortable because when I first got the job, I didn't really know what it was. And then I started realizing, oh, this is sales. Essentially, right? I was asking for donations. And it was really uncomfortable for me to talk about that, to talk about money. Until I realized that the reason people donate to organizations is because they want to. They want to be a part of your cause. They can't maybe give their full life up for it. They've got a family or a business to run or a job to hold down or things to do, right? but they want to contribute. They want to be a part. They genuinely want to be a part. And now that you are that donor, you want to be a part too. And so just allowing yourself to remember why you decided to support them in the first place. Allow that to be the guiding force for the messaging around the give back. And that's really going to inspire others as well. And if you have a story around why you chose that organization or that value set, share it. Let that be a part of it. So if you're able to overcome and reframe those reservations by focusing on those benefits and the emotions, let me ask you now, what are you doing in your business now and in the next 12 months that could actually benefit from this conversation? Maybe it's something kind of surprising. Maybe you're launching a program and you could actually talk about how a portion of the launch is going to be going towards this organization. Maybe you're releasing a program. Maybe you're running a social media campaign. You're unveiling a new website. These are all ways in which you can tie this in. So think about opportunities that are coming up, how you could incorporate your give back message. And then I'd like to ask you to make a commitment. How do you commit to giving back? And ground this in the so what. So here's an example. I commit to giving back or contributing 5% of all monthly revenue from my business to my chosen nonprofit so that I can consistently help feed hungry children around the world. Example, I will promote all of my clothes that I use for my business from companies that support sustainable work practices so that I use my power as a consumer and my influence as a CEO to ensure safe working conditions and fair wages for garment laborers in developing nations. When you ground yourself in that so what, it ties it back to your values. It ties it back to why you started your business in the first place and why you have this burning desire to make a positive change in the world. Yes, you can absolutely do that through your business. There may be a bigger way for you to do this in the future, but you can start now. It's never too early to start. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lot of fun with this and that you feel empowered to share your give back message so that you can inspire others and create positive change in the world.